Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac. I'm just gonna hit R from right here, and we're gonna get Eve again. So I'm gonna re-random that because we just played her. Judas. People want to see Judas. People like Judas. I like Judas. I can't go to that curse room, at least not with any hopes of survival. At only 1 health because I'd just come back out and die. So, well, most likely. You can't say for sure because maybe I'd get soul hearts or a good devil room item, but pretty likely I'd die. Still, 35% more damage by being Judas, which is awesome, and starting with the Book of Belial to add 2 damage, and picking up the Mitre immediately is, pretty good, I would have to say. It's a kind of helpful item, giving us an extra coin flip, a 50% chance that any non-specific heart drop would instead be a soul heart drop. So, when coupled with our base 10% chance, that gives us, what, a 55% chance or something like that? Because it's consecutive chances rather than additive chances. So we'll use Book of Belial to increase our damage like hugely, and then hope for a good item here. Though, more often than not, non-specific heart drops will be soul heart drops, and that's going to be super helpful. So we've got a little more survivability than your average Judas run already. I got hit there, but fortunately it wasn't one of the bigger shots, and a range up is alright. I kind of really want to go to the curse room, to be honest. And I think I'm going to take that chance. Oh, yeah, you're funny. I'll play 4 times, though. Because I don't have enough to guarantee an arcade. And this can only possibly benefit me if it does anything, right? Wheel of Fortune is not necessary, but we'll see if I have a use for that later. I don't want the speed up. That's what that trinket does. Speed up doesn't really help me at all. So I won't take it. Curse room, do some good. Alright, it's paid for itself, and it's profited. Alright. I feel pretty good about that. And note the Mitre doesn't affect red chests or anything like that, or fortune tellers, or the lovers, or anything that does a specific type of heart drop or isn't dropping a non-specific heart. So it's not like I'll get more soul hearts from red chests. No, it's nothing like that. So the Book of Belial is a 3-room charge, which is pretty helpful, because you can use it very often, although I know I don't. I pretty much only use it on bosses, which is generally bad form. Fortunately, we do have a bomb to hit up this Tinted Rock. I was about to say a boss, but we do have a boss challenge room, which is kind of nice, because that'll allow us to get a nice, beautiful small rock right here to give us a 1 damage up and some tears up and a speed down. Monster Manuel is pretty bad, though, so I'm just going to touch that and get rid of it. Then we're going to see what's up in this boss challenge room, and I'm hoping for meat or the pentagram, because those are pretty much the 2 boss items that I always hope for. But as long as it's not a shot speed up, I'll pretty much take it, unless it's a speed up, I guess. Jesus Juice, that's a damage up. So what I'm going to do is use the Book of Belial now, then take Jesus Juice. It doesn't matter the order, because it's all in the formula. So that's a 0.5 damage up, as well as a small range up, and that's pretty awesome. Actually, I don't know, it might be a significant, not like significant, but it might be a reasonable range up instead of just like a tiny one. Still, I'm pretty pleased. I like the way this is going, looking for me. Small rock is a huge early pickup. Of course, one thing that people always tell me, hey, you should not pick up your first small rock on a floor in case you get another tinted rock and it also drops the small rock. And while you're right, the speed penalty is totally not worth it. It's too much of a speed down to get 2 small rocks. And then you consider, I mean, yes, the damage and tears will stack, so that's pretty good, but it's totally too scary. So with the 2 damage up items we've gotten, that is a 1.5 damage up, and that is huge. Okay, this is a scary room, to be honest. And perfect timing for a bomb, and like there was a tinted rock, and people are right that I could go for 2 small rocks, but again, I think that the benefits are probably outweighed in that situation. That chest likely was affected by the Mitre, since the chest itself dropped non-specific hearts. Alright, we're looking for the boss. I haven't taken red heart damage, so we're good for a devil room. Like, we're pretty much guaranteed one. We actually should be guaranteed one. Unless I take a staggering, unprecedented amount of damage on this boss fight, we should be guaranteed to get a devil room. Completely. Beyond guaranteed. And pins melting. It's a little silly, but I like it. Okay. And now Pin's dead. There's our devil room. I do want the coin purse, but I don't want to use the pills yet. I don't want to use them until I've gone to the devil room and seen if there's anything I want. We're going to fight Krampus. That's actually really awesome. We do have a couple range ups, and Krampus is going to give us a lump of coal. Lump of coal increasing the damage of our tears based on how long they've spent on the screen. So the more range you have, the longer they spend on screen, the better. That was really silly avoidable damage. But, okay. So it's a really great item. It's an awesome pickup, and I'm just dodging badly right now. Oh well. So far, so good as far as the Judas run is concerned, except that I've taken a heart and a half on Krampus, which is weird. I got a heart back at least. So the lump of coal, it looks like it's making me do less damage, it's like making my tears smaller, but it's not actually making it do less damage or anything. Bad trip, we know that that becomes full health. Telepills, now we know it's telepills. None of the pills were the same, so we do have to, I mean, we gotta hope for some good pill, right? Speed up I kind of needed to counteract the small rock. I don't mind the speed down from just one small rock, but I was gonna need a speed up at some point, assuming I take other items I like that give me speed downs, which are mostly like lard. Okay, so that was ridiculous. More damage based on how long our tears have been on screen, which means that shot speed down, of which the only item, or like the only thing that gives you shot speed down in any form is Sacred Heart. But you could look at my reflection in that way if you wanted to, because at some points it is going slower, so it has more time to just stack up some damage, which is alright. Okay, this is a little scary, but we are dealing massive damage to the smallest sections, which means this might actually be totally okay. Depending on distance, we can one-shot them. Usually we two-shot them. Super Envy, though, one of the... Okay, that was good reaction. One of the worst mini-bosses in the game, for sure. And it's got the chance to give us an attack fly forever alone, which will be a long-distance one, and it'll do 2 damage per hit, but it can hit pretty much constantly, so it's really good. But Distant Admiration, which is actually a special item, and this one wouldn't have been. Ooh, Strength, okay, I'll take that. Especially over Wheel of Fortune. That one does 5 damage per hit and can hit just as often, so it's better, and it is special. No reason to go anywhere else on this floor. I don't need anything that the floor has offered me otherwise. So let's be on our way. And, okay, Caves 1 means that this is the next floor after having gotten that devil room. And taking the lump of coal there doesn't count as taking a deal with the devil, so this could be an angel room if we earn one. Our chance of earning that angel room will be a quarter of whatever our cumulative chance is for that floor. So assuming I take no red heart damage on the boss or the floor, I should have 136%, no, 135%. 99, 35, 134 plus the 1%. Okay, 136%, and a quarter of that is like 44%. So it shouldn't be unreasonable, which is pretty cool. Still, if I do see it, I would be a little bit surprised. I can use the strength card to take 1 more heart worth of stuff than I normally would have been able to, except that I go negative afterwards, so it's a trade-off, to say the least. Doesn't mean I wouldn't do it, though. Depends on the item. Like, I'd absolutely take it for, like, I'd do that for the Pact. I'd maybe do it for the Mark. I like the Pact a lot more, although the Mark is it's twice as much damage up. Yeah, 1 bomb for a key and later an Eternal Heart, absolutely happening in my eyes. I will remember the Eternal Heart, I promise. I truly, really, really, truly promise that I will remember that Eternal Heart. So this is the Gertie that can't shoot at us. You can tell it's darker, and that means we can just shoot at it constantly. Make sure to kill. Sacks, those are gut. No, those are boils? Are they boils? Gut and boil confuse me sometimes. I forget them every so often. I think they're boils. But that was a super easy fight. We got 2 soul hearts for it. We did not get a devil room, but we got Squeezy, which is a tears up, and 2 soul hearts, so we got 4 soul hearts for that fight. We're doing pretty well. I'm going to look out for a curse room. I'm going to look out for a lot of things because I'd love to get some more money, for example. Go to the shop. This is the last shop that's not that's guaranteed not to be greed. Ankh respawns us this blue baby. I don't like respawn items, and I'm not going to take it. So here we are, basically. I could use a bomb for that soul heart, but considering my setup, having the miter at all, it's pretty not worth it, I'd have to say. So here we are. And picking up that Eternal Heart, getting it to the next floor, will give us a health up. And the reason I knew I wouldn't forget it is because I would be backtracking out of this area. So I'd have to go back in there and see it and be like, oh yeah, I was leaving, but then there that is, and I need to remember that. So, okay, challenge room, definitely an option for me right now. Anyway, we'll have 2 health by getting that to the next floor, which means I can afford 3 hearts worth of deals using the strength card instead of just 2. And maybe that makes a difference, maybe not. Either way, I guess we'll see. Next floor, rather than 25% of whatever our cumulative chance was, we have 50%, so it's a little better, which means we'd have, what is that, 68%, which is over 50. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed by any means, but it's not bad. So let's get on with it, I guess. Didn't really want to fight in the challenge room, didn't want to spend health ever on a sacrifice room, because sacrifice rooms are pretty terrible. Catacombs is going to be tougher than the caves, and have way worse enemies. I mean, mostly the enemies are the reason it's tougher, because they're pretty much the only variable here. The rooms have a slightly different aesthetic, but it's not actually like they have tougher layouts. They're pretty much the same. I haven't paid attention for like variable specific, like whether this only shows up on alternate floors and this only shows up on vanilla floors. I haven't paid attention for that as far as rooms are concerned, but it doesn't, I don't think that it's a big deal. Dead Sea Scrolls, wow, you are just really trolling me. So we walk into the wall while using it in case it's kamikaze, but you should totally use it because it could be worth it. It could give you the nail. Book of Revelations is a little less appealing, but still worth it. Sometimes it's less appealing. Sometimes it's totally not. The Fallen, that's so good. That's going to give us a Devil Room item. And we can still get an Angel Room here. Fallen always gives you a Devil Room item. Always. Unless there are no Devil Room items. Then it'll give you a normal boss item. Darn, got hit. Okay. One of them's going to die. Like, super soon. Sure, I'll get all my range in here. Look how big my tears get. It's a little silly. So we get Brimstone, which I might take, and we get the Bible, which we'll definitely touch so we don't have to see it again. And this run's super strong without Brimstone. I'm going to leave it sitting there for now, but I might take it at the end of the floor, because I really do like using it. It has been a little while, so I'm thinking about it. Very strongly. Because I like it a lot. Still, for this part of the floor, for the rest of this floor, I will not mess with Brimstone. Increasing our rate of bomb drops doesn't actually appeal to me, so I want to get out of here without the matchstick. I don't feel like I need more bomb drops, and I feel like I have enough bombs, basically, and I don't think that it's worth losing the heart drops, most likely, because I don't think that it just decreases the chance of nothing dropping. I think that it actually just decreases all the other drops to increase those, whatever drop is relevant for that particular trinket. So I don't really want to take that. Because look at all these soul hearts I'm getting. And if I happen to take Brimstone, then I don't really need the Book of Belial. That's telepills. Sure. Walk into something else if you want to pick that up after using the teleport, by the way. That's what I just did there. I walked into the strength card, so in case we went to the I Am Error room, I wouldn't have lost the strength card, which I might possibly want. So that's nice. Lump of Coal is +2 damage with Brimstone and Technology. Not totally sure about Technology 2, but I don't like Technology 2 in almost every situation. Definitely want to go to this curse room. Okay. Got plenty of health, though I can't be too reckless with it. I'm still going, of course. I go with lots less health. Scapular, sure. That's going to give me a soul heart. Should I get down to half a red heart? And be awesome. It's a pretty alright item, and it contributes, if you get the habit, to infinite spacebar item uses. And by contributes, I mean it is the reason that they become infinite instead of just non-infinite. Yeah, there you go. Okay, it was just bad gas, but as you can see, you can walk through spikes vertically as well as horizontally. Let's see what's in here. Book of Sin and Book of Shadows. I was considering switching books for Book of Revelations, although I don't like it very much, but I wouldn't switch. I don't think I want to do the Book of Shadows, in all honesty. Okay, what do we have going for us? These are pretty good tiers. These are pretty good tiers. I don't know. Brimstone is just, it's a tough call, and thanks for still being here, Angel Room. I sure need you. By the way, holding the Book of Belial is normally a Devil Room chance increase, or Angel Room, of course, but it doesn't count for Judas because he starts with it. Although it's funny because Bloody Lust for Samson counts as a special item even though he starts with it. So, do I have anything to flip right now? I'm going to flip this guitar pick that I've got sitting here. And if it lands with the text up, the like font branding, I'm going to take Brimstone. Okay. And it's font up. And I'm a little disappointed, but also happy. And you probably heard me flick it, but anyway, I'm taking it. The coin pick has spoken. So I'm going to be doing a glitch called Brim Snapping, where that's what the direction change is, and that increases the damage you do. Basically, it can multiply it by 2.5 or so. So I'm a fan of Brimstone. I think it's a ton of fun. And with the Lump of Coal, it's going to be doing more damage. With Judas, it's going to be doing even more damage. It's a 3 times multiplier. And then Judas is a 1.35 times damage multiplier. It's a good item, and it's just, I like it a lot. And the flip spoke to me. I can't say no to that flip. Okay. And we still haven't taken a deal with the devil, so we can most definitely still get angel rooms. Which means if we get Sacred Heart, I'd be disappointed because I took Brimstone, but at least I didn't decide on that one myself. That was just completely pure luck. So we have an XL floor, as it turns out, and what's good about that is that it's the depths. But what's bad about that is we don't get our chance for a devil or angel room just the same. It counts as skipping a floor, though. So we can't... Okay, I'll take this one. Flies do twice our damage. Fish head spawns some flies on when you get hit. Anyway, we lost a shop, which sucks, and we have the devil room chance multiplied by 0.5 instead of 0.25, which is good, except that what we have to deal with is the whole difficulty of teleporting out of the mom fight in order to actually get that room if we earned it. And even then, it's not even guaranteed that we get it. It's just that we have a chance that it's still there, which is displeasing to say the least sometimes. Can't get to this boss challenge room currently, but who knows if that'll change. I don't. If there's a blood donation machine, I'll definitely hit it up and try to go there. That could also be the secret room next to it, but I don't generally look for secret rooms on XL floors because it's just too hard to find most of the time. Again, I am looking to ditch the Book of Belial because it's not useful for us. Particularly, it's technically still useful, but it's not very useful. Oh, I can't believe I let that happen. We're just looking for the item rooms, and then eventually the bosses, or the first boss, and then not fighting the second boss unless we have a teleport. There are options, and, well, I don't know. Tinted Rock. Can't be a small rock, we've already got that, but every soul heart counts, and giving me my bomb back makes me pretty happy. I can afford to go to the shop, for sure. So, I'm good with that. May as well fight this first boss, like I said. It's Gish, so we'll get Little Gish, which is one of the familiars I do like, giving us a familiar that shoots slowing tears, and those are awesome. So I'm pleased with that. And this isn't going too slowly. One more hit should do it. And then there's our Little Gish. We don't have a teleport again, so we don't want to go into that boss fight. By the way, this is a situation, the only situation, in which you can reroll Little Gish, if you had the D6, of course. Because on an XL floor, the pool for the boss room takes, like for both boss rooms, takes from the pool of the second boss room. So you can reroll a cube of meat, you can reroll Little Chad, you can reroll Little Gish. Anything you want to reroll goes to whatever the second boss is. So that means you could get an extra cube of meat, for example. Or it means that you could get an extra devil room item. There are good and bad possibilities, and it's all situational. Definitely going to the curse room. Okay, 2 pills. I don't remember what this one is. It's telepills. I don't really want that. See what this is. Not a teleport to the angel room, which is really all I wanted. And the item rooms are hiding. But don't worry, I'll find them eventually. I always do. And knowing telepills, like knowing which one it is, that's totally good. Because I don't have to accidentally take it, go to the I'm error room, and miss out on everything that this floor has to offer me. Still looking for a teleport, though, at any given time. I'm sure that is one, too. I just can't get it. Yep, still can't get it. So the shop had greed. That was kind of expected, by the way. And both item rooms have to be over here. That's kind of silly that it's the last place I look. But at the same time, rather expected. If I had to be honest about it. Little Gish, you can do it. Nah, I'm not going to let you. Both of them this room. Yep. I could see it coming. It wasn't surprising. Rainbow Baby is one of the other familiars that I like, because it can shoot Gish's tears. It shoots random tears from the other familiars. And, well, that's pretty good. And the Hourglass. Is it better than Book of Belial? I don't think so. Slowing enemies is actually reasonably good. It's just not good enough, I don't think. I think I could go without it. And it's not a teleport. So I guess I'll use that telepills from the curse room after all. I didn't want to, because I wanted a better one, but I will do it. And I'm sure I've already gotten comments like, wow, you're such an idiot, you could have just used the telepills. I'm like, yeah, I know, but I want to use a more definite teleport that doesn't have the chance to screw me over a little bit. But I'll roll with it. And we'll see where it takes me after the mom fight. And if it's the I am error room, you'll know exactly why I didn't want to use it and wanted to use something else instead. There's a fortune teller that I could play, but I'm not into that right now. I don't like gambling if I can avoid it. So here we go. Just gotta walk there. Definitely fast enough for the run, and all we have to do is fight, which shouldn't be too hard. Of course, it's a blue mom, but it wouldn't be hard enough without that. Yeah, we're doing a pretty huge amount of damage. Okay. Yeah, this should be over relatively soon. One more burst. There we go. We get box, which is one of each type of drop. I can't reroll it or anything, so I may as well take it. See if this is a better teleport. No, it's not. And this is bad gas. Yeah, I thought so. So let's telepills on out. You might have heard a devil... Well, the devil room doesn't make a sound if it spawns, but you might have heard an angel room sound. I didn't because I don't really hear the game audio very much. And it didn't take me to the I'm error room, so that's all good. It was only inconvenient in that it teleported me all the way across the floor, and it wasn't to the boss challenge room. There's no arcade or blood donation machine, so I'm stuck. So what do you have for me? Please be an angel room. Alright. What could it be? Could be Dead Dove. Just flight, spectral tears, but I already shoot through everything with Brimstone, so it's just flight, but I'm cool with free flight. This is why I don't pay for flight, by the way, because there are just numerous options for free flight. And yeah, I could have gone back for some stuff that was dropped about, but it isn't a big thing. So immediately we see that the benefit of flight is that I can go into curse rooms without taking damage, but I still have to pay to go out, so it cost me 1 soul heart instead of 2 here. And let's see, what was I? I've got this world card, and that's pretty nice. Thank you, Little Gish, for activating. Took some damage, but we still got the miter, so hopefully that's good. I had something else to say, though. I know I did. I just don't know what it was. Oh well. Womb, everything does a full heart of damage instead of some things doing half hearts. And that's minor inconvenience at this point, hopefully. Huh, what was I thinking? I don't know what I was thinking. Oh yeah, I could have gone back for stuff with flight, but none of it was like super consequential. Alright, I could get into Polaroid invincibility by playing this blood donation machine twice. Well, actually 3 times. You can play it twice without taking damage. If you're taking a full heart of damage from it, that doesn't work with the wafer because you're not taking a full heart of damage. And then the second time, like if you play it when you only have 1 red heart and some soul hearts, it'll only take half a red heart unless you play it while you're invincible with the Polaroid. And then it gives you that half heart back and takes half a soul heart. So you don't want to play it extra times if you want to get Polaroid invincibility out of it. But I don't want Polaroid invincibility because then this is even easier than it already is. What do you want me to do with all this stuff? Fine, I will take Roid Rage, which is a huge speed up, and I hate it, but it's okay. With Flight, I don't mind speed nearly as much. Not that I mean I don't like it. It's not necessary, but I don't mind it as much. It doesn't have the potential that it does when you're not flying to be like this crippling thing that ruins your movement precision, because you don't really need precision in movement when you're flying. And nor can it, by the way, I shouldn't... I'll take Fate, though. It's an Eternal Heart, but I shouldn't take it mostly because it's a special item that means I would get a less likely chance to get some good items. But still, it does increase my chance of polyphemus, because polyphemus isn't special, so I've got that. Unknown Pill? Alright. We know it's not Telepills. It's Pretty Fly. That's really good. Giving us an orbital fly to block enemy tiers and damage fly-type enemies. I like it. So you don't want to play that extra times, by the way. That was the moral of that last part of things, to not ruin your Polaroid invincibility. But Polaroid invincibility would make this so easy. Not that it's guaranteed right now. It would be totally guaranteed with that. Bad Trip. Becomes full health, but I don't have very much health for that to matter with. Cool. 2 of Hearts. Heals us for up to half of our health, which is cool. Well, I mean, it doubles our filled health, but of course the max that can ever heal you is half of your health. So it took us like almost the entire floor to find the boss, but we did it. And our boss is really rare, actually. It's Blastocyst, which you just really don't see very often. So I guess that's pretty cool. It's like a 1 in 40 chance or something silly like that. Okay, we get a health up. I'm content with that. We can just leave. No Devil Room or Angel Room, which is sad. But we did get one last floor, so I guess it's, I can't say it was unexpected that we didn't get one. Okay, so we should be maxed out on speed right now, as far as Judas is concerned. Each character has a different max speed, which is just 1.0 above their base speed. So Judas starts faster than Isaac by like 0.15 or something, which is interesting, and that means that he starts with 1.15, and as such his max speed is 2.15. We should be at that. I forget how much a speed up pill is, but we got one of those. Yeah, I want the compass. We got a speed up pill. Roid Rage I know is 0.6, and the belt should be 0.3. So we should be, I'm pretty sure we're above there, because Small Rock is only 0.2 down. So I think that we should be. Because as long as, okay, so this is the wrong way, but I want to go to the curse room. As long as a speed up pill is at least 0.3 speed up, then we have max speed. Yes, yeah. So that's all that we really need to know. Curse room ahoy, containing troll bombs. Don't really need to go for those then. No reason to go to the secret room because you can't bomb through it. The only way to get through a mini-boss secret room, like out to the other side, is with X-ray vision. So I don't have that, which was the moral of that story. Okay, that handles you, and then I accidentally handled that one, interestingly enough. Alright, let's move here and don't take damage. Great. Oops. That's okay. We're probably fine as is. without the bombs, but I like using bombs. They're just part of my routine for this fight. Oh, I messed up in the timing. Alright, we should be entering repeated bomb states soon. Now, in fact, we just destroyed Duke of Flies. And so we're going to go to the Cathedral, and I think we're going to be okay in there as well. Hopefully. We get a Devil Room, and I'm going to blow up the statue again, which I didn't explain last time because I forgot to, and now I'm sure that I've missed the opportunity to head off all of the comments that are asking, like, what'd you do that for? That's a really weird thing to do. And that will, okay, arcade. Or not arcade, library. I will look into you. What it does is I'm blowing up the rock that's behind the statue, and that has the normal, like, 1 in 91 chance to be a tinted rock, and there's nothing special about it. I just think that it would be funny if it were a tinted rock, and that's all there is to it. It's nothing, like, better to do. It's actually totally a waste because it's such a low chance it'll work out. But it would just make me so happy. And yeah, you'd get the small rock from it if you could get the small rock and it decided that that was how lucky you were. Not a Devil Room item or Angel Room item, but you could reroll it to a Devil or Angel Room item since you're in one of those rooms. And that's all you really need to know about it. By the way, I hope this isn't the right way, because this is a long, long path. Yeah, it wasn't worth it. Telepathy for dummies. Alright then. Wasted 2 keys. On a whim. That's what I do, though. So I'm going to head to the Curse Room. May as well make the most of this floor. Maybe we'll get Sacred Heart from it. I've never had Brimstone and Sacred Heart. Not that I couldn't have, it's just that I wouldn't want to get Brimstone after Sacred Heart. I never get Sacred Heart after Brimstone, because usually I'm taking it from a Devil Room, meaning I can't get an Angel Room after that. Okay, thank you, Pretty Fly. So yeah, I only have 1 key, and that's obviously not ideal. So, oh, I didn't charge long enough. Bad trip again. No thanks. May as well use the world card on the chest. I mean, it's probably more worth it to use on the Cathedral in all honesty, but it's a little late for that. So I'm just not going to. Okay, I'm glad that worked out for me without getting me killed. Well, not killed, but damaged. Soul Heart is excellent. That's going to pay for our Curse Room expedition. And that's going to give us spiders, and that's going to give us troll bombs. Sounds good to me. So now I'm just going to head to the boss, where I will use the Book of Belial, of course. I didn't think it would be this way, by the way, just simply because it has to go up an extra room, and it looked like that was the edge of the screen, and it obviously isn't now. But a lot of the time it doesn't adjust, so I guess you never know. How? How are none of those in chain reaction range? Oh, and now you're all, like, across the room from each other. At least having a compass allows us to know generally where things are, showing us all the icon rooms without how to get to them. Yep. I was hoping it would be like a key explosion, because obviously I have kind of spent all of my keys needlessly. So, that one chest will be either polyphemus, or it will be immediately a skeleton key. So we're going to be okay. We are going to be okay. Empty room. I mean, even if it's a bad item, that's okay. I will take any not terrible spacebar item, because the Book of Belial is only so useful at this point. Not to say it's bad, because it's definitely good, and it's definitely helping us out a fair amount. But we could be doing better. There are a lot more useful things at this point. Hourglass may have been more useful. I don't know for sure. Probably not, but it could be. It is a 2-room charge instead of 3. So there is that. Let me kill you. And then I'm going to be annoyed by your spawns. Darn, that was my first hit. Actually thought I'd be making it through this pretty cleanly. Okay. Alright, that does it, and inwards we go. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? I told you that that was exactly what was going to happen. And you know what? I'm willing to bet that none of you believe me. So, polyphemus is this huge damage multiplier and addition. It's +4 and then ×2, unless you have quad shot or triple shot, where it becomes +5, just straight up. So if you're shooting a single shot, then polyphemus with quad shot or triple shot is actually way, way worse, almost half as much damage. And that's why I don't really take quad or triple shot anymore. Oh my god, the charge is so long, hurry up. And that's the drawback, of course, that the charge is super long. But that's okay. So now, like, Book of Belial is so bad, because this 2 damage is nearly meaningless. Damage isn't hard capped, like some people believe, by the way. It's soft capped in that the formula for your damage uses a square root. And if you know the graph for a square root, it's just a diminishing return. The more you add into the square root, the less difference there is, just because of how square roots work. Or how squaring works, whichever way you want to look at it. So, it's a diminishing return, but it's not hard capped. Just at some point it stops really mattering. Magician isn't really worth anything, but neither is the tower. I'm definitely not going to be using that. So I'm curious to see how many shots it takes us to kill Blue Baby. That will be interesting and fun for me. Of course I have one-shotted Blue Baby. Or for those of you that are particularly picky about it, I 2-shotted him, but it was 1 Brimstone shot that did the job. So I'm happy with it. Of course I'd do it again given the opportunity, and I'd do it harder and get an actual one-shot, but I'm happy with it as it happened. And you're like, take the one up, you might die. Well, if I die, that's fine. I could say, even with Brimstone Polyphemus, I lost, and it's not a guaranteed win. But I could also say that speed was my downfall, even though it totally wasn't. But I mean, that's the only thing different from what I would normally do. So maybe it was my downfall. Then again, I don't expect to lose. I don't expect to. Okay. Oh my god, stop it. Alright, there we go. Handle it, orbitals. Or not orbitals, familiars. I'm not getting any key drops, but that is okay. Alright, you will die. And then I will worry about the spiders endlessly. Okay, that was good. Now we just wait. Stop. Stop it, you. Thanks, familiars. You're great. Okay, double Gertie Jr., triple Gertie Jr., really. But this shouldn't be too bad because of my setup. It was going to be kind of bad, but finally we get some more soul hearts. We were guaranteed one of those, or near guaranteed one of those, because of a blue champion boss. But the other one was just lucky. And the miter, I suppose. Really? I'm shooting all the fire. I normally skip those fires because it's just tedious. But no, I'm doing it. It's happening. And I guess we're going to be using the Book of Belial. Alright, all we need to do is kill you and get a health up. I'm just going to take it this time. Let's use that other key. See if it's skeleton key as I predicted the other option was. Nah, but I'll take the rosary, because at this point it doesn't actually matter. I've already taken the Bible, so I can't get it again, and we don't have a shop pool from anything anymore, so we also can't get it, because it's not in any other pools than the shop in the angel room. And it's only in the shop pool when you have the rosary. Alright. Use the Book of Belial, and then let's... Fine. Be a jerk, Blue Baby. That's kind of underwhelming. That was a little less underwhelming. 3 shots, pretty alright. There's no way for me to get a Forget-Me-Now or anything. There's nothing I can do to get more keys, except look for the top secret room. I've got lots of bombs, so why not make this a reality? Let's make this last forever. And ever. No, yeah, I'm gonna look for the Forget-Me-Now through whatever source possible. And if we get it, that'll be a party. And if not, that's kind of what I expect. But I'll still try. Alright. Alright. Cool. And it wasn't a fortune teller anyway, so it doesn't help me. Nothing I can do to get... Yeah, there's nothing I can do to get keys now. Or anything to get rerolls, or any way to get Forget Me Now, or Skeleton Key, or anything. So we're done. I hope you enjoyed that. We didn't violate the sanctity of a coin flip or pick flip or what, whatever's convenient to flip that has two clear options. So, it's not my fault. But I had a lot of fun. I liked that run. It was fun from the start. It was fun at the end. Brimstone Polyphemus is one of my favorite things to have, honestly. Because it's just, I like the raw power. I mean, that's kind of what breaking runs just turn into, that kind of thing where I get as much power as possible without having those, like, Brimstone Mom's knife thing. I just get these gigantic tears or teeth or whatever. Anyway, since I'm still talking, we may as well look at my stats. I have no clue what they are right now. I'm catching up on my mom kills versus my deaths, but of course this is a file that, first off, I started terribly on, so like I got 2 mom kills. I got my second mom kill after I had unlocked the shears. So that puts me at least 200 or 102 to start off. Like that's the worst, or that's the best it could have been, which is interesting. So it's coming back, and I also did a bunch of challenge runs on this, and some of the challenge runs were impossible. Some of them were easy. And I don't know. I don't play to win. So this is actually surprisingly all right for what this file is. My original file from the day the game came out. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this run, this video, everything. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.